Hello everyone, welcome to Rise of Patience, everybody who is here. This is going to be a 2 versus 2 standard game between Forwali and LAT. Let me tell you, um, this is a pre-tournament show match. There is a standard 2 versus 2 tournament coming very soon, and registrations are open. We have already got 5 registrations. We'll talk about more of that during our Nomadium grand finale. For now, this is a 2 versus 2 on Sahara, and Kage is observing this game. Well, let me tell you something about the teams. Forwali just made appearance in a Nomadium tournament. This clan was never seen before, and they are one of the strongest clans right now in Rise of Nation Nomad history. They have made it their way to the grand final with EL, so it just tells you how strong they are. And their final game is scheduled to be played on Saturday 8 p.m. UTC. So yeah, don't miss that. So that just clearly makes Forwali a very strong team in Nomad, but let's see if they can have the same magic in standard games as well. On the other side, we have LAT. LAT has not had a lot of luck with the Nomadium tournament. They had unavailability of players and slightly weaker rosters than the other teams, and they got eliminated early in the game during the quarterfinal stages. But LAT have a completely different story in standard. Their standard game is quite much better than Nomad, I believe, and I'm quite excited to see what we can get in here. So looking at the nations, we've got Dane as Japanese, Surge as Dutch versus Dragonio Mongols and Doko Americans. All of these 4 nations are great. There's no way anybody could be cringing about not getting the nation they want. Mongols perfect, Americans perfect, Japanese, Dutch, everything is perfect. Looking at the rare resources on LAT side, these guys have got horses. Now Mongols with horses is an awesome combination. If Dragonio can control this for the rest of the game, he can clearly win. Mongols have but again, remember, he can clearly win against a generic nation, but Dutch are little hard to beat. I would even say Dutch is a good combo to have against Mongols because their caravans and armed merchants cannot be raided by the horse cavalry archer. You have to get a heavy cavalry or a heavy infantry to raid these. So it's kind of a protection plan against Mongols. Then these guys have also got salt and horses, both are superb, and silver here. So I would say really nice rares in Dragonio's territory. On this side, Doko has got marble. Well, this is the one time when I would say marble could be useful. If Doko is getting a wonder, he could send a merchant to marble, get the wonder, and then transfer that merchant somewhere else. I don't think wine is that good enough, especially because it's so far away. Maybe after Doko gets a 3rd city here, if he plans to do that, wine will be better option to use. Not right now because it can be raided. So Dragonio just said that he's booming, I see. Anyway, well, you can see how good Dutch are in standard because they get a big head start. They start with a free caravan, a free market, free commerce, and 2 armed merchants. And you can see the score difference. Surge is already at 800 while nobody else has even crossed 700 score. And it looks like Surge is going on offensive mode. He's researching despotism. Despotism will give him cheaper military, which I guess he's gonna go for next. On this side, these guys have got furs, obsidian, peacock now. To their surprise, they have not found sugar. Sugar should be an really OP rare, and I would be worried if I did not find sugar. Now another thing I want to point out is really bad scouting. Look at that, 4 ruins back to back in the same order. just waiting for one scout to run over all these in a single file. So that is really bad scouting on Surge. Surge should have start scouting the corners first. I guess he will eventually take those since his scout is going towards that side, but still. And on this side, oh yeah, Dragoneer is a little late to stop that stable, but that's not going to make a lot of difference. Now since Dragoneer's scout got attacked here, Dragoneer knows that there is a scout that needs to be raided. There is a merchant. And this is a default strategy with Mongols. You start with stables, second military, and look at that. Nice defense by Surge. And nice micro by Dragoneer as well. He managed to kill one while saving his nomad, but it is going to die eventually. The light horse will get it. And both of them are despot on this side. Not much action going on to the other side. Doko versus Dane. If I had to pick a favorite nation between Japan and America, it's very difficult. I may even lean towards America because yeah, you can see how strong Japan is, and despite that I would pick America just because of the free government, the free scholar that I get, and an instant wonder. All of these things are too good to miss out. And Surge is doing fine here. The only thing I would say, oh, Surge is also using salts. That's sad. These guys should not be getting off salt right there. But anyway, what Surge is doing wrong here at this point is he just started raiding. It's not too bad, of course. If this opponent is Mongols, you expect to get raided first. Let's defend and then continue the raids. So I guess it's all right. Now Surge is messing up Dragoneer's eco here with that raid. Really nice. I wonder if he knows about horses. Oh, they don't know about horses. You know what that means. So they won't be able to raid horses until they mistakenly just run into horses at some point. We are still close here. I won't say anybody has an advantage so far. Dragoneer with Mongols has closed the gap. That's a lot of cavalry. Look at that. I would be so pissed if I found out at the end of the game that my opponent is using salt. Oh, like cavalry, you missed it. Anyway, and Dragoneer is doing his job here as well. Look at that, nice raids. Still nothing much. Just because yeah, it's Dutch, you cannot pressure Dutch into. It's very difficult to pressurize Dutch just because of those armed caravans and merchants. On this side, Dane has got his third city, and Doko is not there yet. Oh, Doko went for a ambush. That's great. That's great. Although it's weird that he did not make any difference here with his ambush. None of the units died. I would have loved to see at least one kill. And Dane is doing amazing. Of course, Japanese will help you get the 200 eco mark as soon as possible. And Doko seems to be at a disadvantage here. He's got a city. Let's see. Oh, that's the city. But this is actually a good place for city. This mountain blocks the raids from the caravan route, and this city also provides him with two big mountains and this large forest in the beginning. No, there's something Surge is doing bad, and I think it's pretty easy to spot what he's doing wrong here. He does not have eco up at 150. While there like he has got the army, he can keep him busy. Meanwhile, creates villagers in the background. Yeah, that should not be difficult. Nice play by Dragonio as well. He's taking on an army of medieval age and still managing to stall it until he researches his own army. These kinds of raids are very effective. You come from side where there is an opening and continue to send reinforcements. Yeah, really good. I just wish Surge had second commerce. The raids are coming strong. Look at the Dane is here with his own raids with a much bigger army than Doko. This does not look good for LAT team. LAT finally Surge's armed merchant, salt merchant gets spotted. Now here's something. I think Doko should be using the salt because he's American. He gets benefit directly whenever there is. He gets direct benefit whenever there is an infantry unit being made. He gets economic benefit. So for him, salt is even more useful than for Mongols. Finally, the commerce is done. Now, even if with all these raids, if Surge is lagging behind in eco, it may not make a lot of difference. I would say 150 is a good mark to reach. I won't say 200. 200 you need to have 200, but 150 is a good mark. Once you have 150, you can be assured that you will have a decent supply of resources. You won't be starving. Two siege units from Surge. I guess he should be starting his siege right now. He's got a castle already. So that raid really helped Surge with the plunder, keeping Dragonio on his toes. Surge's got science 3 while nothing can be seen. We are still at science 1. These guys have to pull off something really good in order to win here. And look at that, Dane is even close to aging gunpowder.
Check.
And yep, Doko is nowhere near. I guess it's the same. It's going to be the same outcome as I would expect from a Nomad game. Yeah, Dane and Surge, they're really good players for Nomad, and I guess these guys are going to own in this stage as well in Standard. It's very difficult for Doko to come back at this point. If Dane pulls off a nice H4 attack, that's it. That is the end for Doko here. On this side, even Surge is close to aging. He'll not be aging as fast as Dane, but still, I think he'll be aging faster than Dragonio here. Good raid. That's another thing I wanted to point out. Being the Mongol grid and Despot, Mongols has not raided as much as I would expect. Nice, he picks off the Despot, and I think Dragonio sees that Dane has reached gunpowder, so he should be trying to finish fast here. Oh, and he actually wins this battle. And remember why he won this battle, because the Surge could not keep up with the production of units. Initially he had a, he's still not at 150, or I would say that did have a lot of impact on why he lost this fight, this small fight, even with a city right here. I mean, there's city fire in his. Okay, looks like Dane is going to take that city. I have no doubt Dane is going to take that city. That's too big an army against an opponent who is not ready to age. What is Dane going to do right now? Look at this. This army. Yeah, it's still small. It's still smaller compared to what Dane has got. And Dane's got an upgraded army. Dragoneer needs to help Dane Doko right now in order to win. And remember, this is a team game. That's what you're supposed to do. Monarchy coming from Dane, it can only mean that. Okay, this is not expected. Well, Dragoneer, Dane could have easily taken this city. He just had to bring a siege unit. How could he mess this up? Just a single siege unit. His monarch is almost dead as well. And monarchs don't heal unless they are garrisoned. So this monarch either needs to be replaced or it can be picked off by a raiding unit later. Oh man, Doko just returned from Dragon's Mouth. Right there, he was almost dead. Phew. Yeah, that would have been GG if Dane took this city. Meanwhile, on this side, everybody else is aging to gunpowder as well, and I would expect. Okay, actually, Dane is doing really fine on the knowledge front. Well, and Dragon Neo is asking Doko to get the Terracotta Army. Terracotta Army is a super wonder for Americans. 3 units being produced, and each unit gives a +2 income of the 4 top resources. A big mistake that Doko is doing here. He is not using salt and horses. This is a big blunder. This can easily cost him this game. They're not even using dye, silver. If I was Doko, I would put my merchant in the market and take it out right before I'm ready to age and put it back in case it's under raiding radar. That's a nice army. That's a nice army from the Surge here. Dragonio does not have the army to counter that, but good thing is that, oh no, it's not that thing. He's actually running forward, trying to attack him. Both have got the tactics upgrade, and look at that, Dane is getting his 4th city. He is going on an ambush. Finally he gets siege. He's learned his lesson. Doko will be completing this in just the right time. A big mistake by Doko. Oh no, I spoke too soon. He did. So because American government researches are free, you should do them as soon as you get to the next stage. And that's a lot of heavy infantry. For this army composition, probably Doko's army is well suited as the heavy infantry composition. Oh yeah, and Surge returned. I don't even know if he did anything right here. But that's, I would have to commend Dragonio on placing his buildings. He has placed these buildings as that it's very difficult to raid this metal mine right here. I still hope Doko realizes that he's missing out on very important rares and starts using those. Doko is doing really well on this side. Look at that. That army was easily bigger than his army, but he managed to fight it off, and now he's back in the game. But oh my god, Dane is actually ready for Enlightenment Age. This is such a close game. I would not expect this. And here, Dragoneer is pushing really nice here against Surge. Dragoneer just told him attack him, so that Dogo cannot come here to fight. Meanwhile, on this side, doesn't look like Dragonio has siege, so no, he's not going to be attacking anytime soon. Operations upgrade from Surge, no operations from Dragonio, so he's got an extra armor. Now, since Dane is going to age, that can be disastrous for Doko. Oh, Doko went for an extra commerce. I cannot say at this point how it's going to turn out. But yeah, he got the porcelain tower, so maybe he should be using more rare resources now. And these guys are still getting some advice from Kage, but remember, they're still the ones playing it, so doesn't matter. Their advice doesn't matter as much. I still like their gaming style. Equal armies from both sides. Operations has been done by Dragonio. And yeah, Dragonio finally points out, hey, we have forces, use it. And we also have Salt, which is towered, completely protected, you should use it. An advantage here that Dragonio has compared to Surge is the ego. In the long run, the power of the Despot really starts to lose its importance, because with the Despot, he lost the chance of getting a plus 50 ego. And it's not like he raided as much as I would expect. So, yeah, not the best use of Despot there. But not the worst either. He did fine, I guess. Anyway, Red needs scout, that's what Kage said. So Kage has been mentoring them, which is really good. I really like it. And look at that, Dane is next age, Doko is going next age, and Doko's got a nice economy thanks to this porcelain tower. I wonder why isn't he using these important rare resources like dye and salt. These are great rares. And this could be bad for Dragonio if Surge takes his city. If Surge takes his city, then that's it for Dragonio here. On the other side, continuous sieging by Dane. This time Dane has got the army and everything he needs. So it's going to be great to see one of these parties is definitely going to win this side. And close battle embroiling on the other side, Surge and Dragonio. Oh man, this is such a close game, I did not expect it. Oh yeah, this is what it is. So Kage means to get the operations before this fort is dead. He just clicked on operations. Oh no, he won't get it. So if you don't know, operations is a very important upgrade at this point of time. Without operations, Doko will be fighting an uphill battle against Dane. Dane has got the 6 armor, but he has just got a 4. Let's see what Doko can do here. Yeah, I won't be as surprised if he loses that battle. Oh, looks like Surge has retreated. And Surge is not close to aging, while yep, Dragonio is doing fine here. Looking at this, I feel too many heavy cavalry for Dane. It's very difficult to judge what's going to happen in this stage. Both are so close. Like this is perfectly matched game here. Look at their scores. And you need to remember that Doko is fighting this with less armor than Dane. Doko is parallelly sieging his city while attacking, and oh my god, Doko might lose his monarch. It's in a very vulnerable place. Not ideal. Yep, he loses in Monarch. That's the worst that could happen right now. He doesn't have a general. He cannot create general without the castle. Things are not looking good for Doko here. Meanwhile, on this side, it looks like Surge is not doing so well either. His eco is bad. He lost all his metal miners, probably through raids, and Dragonio is kind of wasting his time by sealing out these buildings that don't matter. But it's fine. Well, let's see what he's planning to do here. He's got the extra commerce. He is close to 200 eco. He can possibly make it at 260 very soon. And yeah, the Monarch is back this time. I hope Doko can take the city. Doko really needs a castle. Yeah, finally he is getting a castle. That castle is going to be so important because without this castle and the operations upgrade, it's just not feasible to win a city fight. Kage has been guiding the LAT players, but remember, still they are the ones playing. Extra commerce by Doko, and I would wonder if he's also going to get these upgrades so that he can max out his commerce. Nice, and look at that, actually by destroying those buildings, he has made it difficult for Surge to get metal from this mine. That's a huge army. Surge does not look like Surge is going to be doing much. Surge really needs help at this point. And Doko has been doing really well in holding by himself. Finally he has operations upgrade open, so he can go for it if he wants to. More sieging being done. Dragonio is just taking it easily. No need to rush. Let's kill all his buildings before we try to make any damage. Oh my god, this is the last stand for Surge. He's got all of his minute men, even from the capital, way behind the capital event. I don't think it's worth getting these guys from the capital just because of the time it's going to take for them to reach. Okay, safe to assume this could be the last battle. If Surge loses this, there's going to be no more games on this side. Dane is reaching in light industrial. Dane has been ahead in research all this time, but Dane, he did mess up in a few instances with the city taking. Like, he could have taken the city easily. There was no doubt that he could have taken the city. Surge says GG, and yeah, Dane says amazing. Let's see if these guys can wait it out. Doko is well prepared with his army. Finally, he's got the operations. No, he does not have the bigger army. He probably the same size of army. But what Dane has here is, oh nice, raids coming from Doko. This is what was remaining previously. We should have seen more raids right from the beginning of the game. I just realized Dane and Doko did not raid each other at all, and this is going to create a lot of turbulence. In Dane's territory. Even though he's got a nice eco, it still irritates you when there's a horde of raiding units in the territory. And yep, Dragonio has done great here. He's taken the city. And yeah, Surge says Doko is new, but I don't know, man. Doko is doing pretty well here. If you ask me, I think Doko is going to beat this Industrial Age army as well. Yeah, Doko has the resources to go to next stage. He just needs to wait for the researchers to finish. Now, industrial at the moment you reach industrial age, there is the small lag time when you are actually slower than your opponent just because of the oil. You need to start collecting oil, and in that time when you're collecting oil, your cavalry production is halted completely. So this is actually a perfect time for Doko to get his city before he can get his oil income up. Serge said he's gonna buy him time. Serge is going to make he's going to make Forbidden City. Not a bad idea at all. 3 minutes, yes, he can complete it. Doko is aging himself. He's got a way better ego. And thanks to Doko's rage. Doko is doing amazing here. Look at that. No metal, 50 metal income. 50 metal income from a Dane. Yeah, I have no doubt that Doko can win this by himself. Or maybe not. I spoke too soon. But yeah, there's no need for doing it again. Doko should be researching the government the moment he gets to industrial age. He will not be able to raise it in time. More units spawn, yes. It all rests up to Dane right now. Can Dane kill Doko before it's too late? Dane's army is resting way behind. Dane's army should be in front so that it can guard the siege unit. The siege units are right there, vulnerable. Oh man, this is a close fight. And thanks to Dragonio tipping the scales. Well, looks like we might be end. We are close to the end. Dragonio is aging as well. Surge is dead. There is no way Surge is going to come out of this. Surge needs at least 5 to 10 minutes before he can start to live again. This is Dane's last chance. He gives either right now or never, and Dane does not have a commando, so it's a free real estate for spies. two drives already done. Oh man, I would hate to be Dane right now. Dane had so many opportunities to take Doko out, and Doko did mess up a lot, as I've said multiple times. No swords, no horses throughout the game. And there goes Surge. Surge has resigned, and that's a victory for LAT. In the beginning, it didn't seem like these guys are going to win. They turned it around all by themselves, and with a little help from Kage. But I have to commend them, and I wonder if this is going to be the team. Actually, Dragonio and Doko, this is the one of the LAT teams that has registered in the tournament, if I'm correct. So yeah, look at that. These guys have beaten Forwali in a pre-tournament match. So something to watch out if you're against these guys. Well, it's not going to be easy. Very well played by both the players. Great coordination. Let's quickly look at the stats. Doko had a very nice eco. I would say Dane was leading in the most of the game, but then Doko took over in the later part of the game. Highest units killed is Dragonio, and then Dane is followed by him. Really nice play. This was a pre-tournament match. We have a standard tournament, 2 vs 2 tournament coming in middle May. You are free to participate. Just register with a team partner. It's a tag team, and yep, we'll be announcing more of that in the Nomadium Grand Finale. Anybody who's watching this, thank you, and I'll see you again later.